friends. This is the Cryptonian taking a look at Bitcoin. It is currently early Friday morning, and Bitcoin currently is at 29,813. 29,813. Now, taking a look at the chart here, this is the 4-hour chart. We did see earlier a rejection from that point of control, the point of control coming in at 30,286. We then promptly went right down to the 200 right here, and currently we're slightly below the lower range here. Lower range boundary 29,877 right here at this yellow line. And the 200 daily moving, or excuse me, 200 4-hour moving average 29,755. So currently we're finding support at that 4-hour 200. So the question is, how far are we really going to break down? You know, right now we're not seeing any follow through on volume. We're not seeing any follow through on volatility, right? So we need to decidedly break below this 200 to have acceleration on our volatility. Okay. Currently, volume is in the distribution phase. It is negative, right? So we're losing volume as far as the net volume goes, and this is distribution. So that being said, let's take a look at the statistics in the window here on the side. One moment, let's bring up the window. RSI is 43. 43 is weak. Below 50 is weak and bearish. EMA trend, well, we're decidedly bearish here in the red cloud here on the 4-hour, and the DMA is bearish. Now, the DMA did have a brief flip to bullish, but remember, a lot of volatility can do that, right? The DMA is an early indicator, but it's prone to have fluctuations and false signals, especially when there's consolidation, right? We're seeing a lot of volatility by the 200, and I said this before that whenever that 200 moving average comes up into the range or close to the range, then it will cause a lot of volatility. And that's pretty much what we saw. Came right down, went back up into the range, broke the range, went back up into the range, promptly rejected right back down, and that's where we're at now. We try to get back in the range, and currently rejected. That candle of rejection will close in about 31 minutes, and so that is looking like we're having a problem getting back into the range, right? So taking a look at the yeah, okay, so let's move this up here and get rid of our volume. We discussed volume. Move this up. So on the volatility mod here, you can see that okay, we had a small expansion here, and then that was promptly rejected here, and then now we're back into just lower volatility and contraction, right? So we should see that on our window. Yep, contraction on our window. We are in reversal, so that push higher was expansion. Now our line is yellow, and that is a reversal. And so yeah, it's just it's lacking conviction in the move. It's lacking conviction, and so as long as we're not seeing conviction and volume and expansion on this downside break of the range, it's really not a convincing breakdown yet, right? I mean, we do see that we have a breakdown from inside the range. How far that's going to break down, not really sure. So on the daily pivot, we did lose the daily pivot. Daily pivot is 29,230, and if we're above that, we'll be bullish again for the day, right? Uh, and then our supports are S1, S2, S3, S1 29.4, S2 29,100, about, give or take, and 28,500, 28,600 for the S3. Volatility under 2. This is just crazy, driving everybody nuts in the market, really, because it's just lacking um, any any type of conviction on the move or expansion. So that being said, let's move this down here. Taking a look at the daily. Now this is interesting here. On the daily, we do have expansion starting. So we could, obviously go lower. Here is our expansion. It's blue, it's above the moving average. So the background is light blue, and we are in expansion and gaining momentum to the downside on the daily, but we're still in a low volatility range of 55. The reading's 55. So unless we get above 10, 15, we're really not going to see acceleration too much. It'll be kind of like a slow grind, slow fade. Um, Currently, the 50 moving average here on the daily chart now is coming in at 29,300, 29,300, which is right above that fib. Fib coming in at 29,177. So this could be a place where Bitcoin tries to bounce if we come down here. Could push up, try to get back into the range again. Most likely a rejection and a continuation to the downside. That's if we even really have any kind of acceleration to the move, right? So you can see here on the volume profile, we had a node here of a lot of volume traded, but we lost that, and now we're below it. So the next area of interest as far as volume goes, volume profile or volume traded, is down here where I discussed before, right around 27,500 in this area, and that's coming into confluence with a fib level down here, which is the 27,000, yeah, 27,500 fib level as well, and that is the point 0.6 fib, and that is the golden pocket. Will we ever get down that far? That's really a question because it just seems like Bitcoin is in slow motion here. Slow motion, grinding, and let's see what our order flow looks like here. Let's see here. Order flow, okay. Wow, 897 BTC short sellers. Um, so we're definitely seeing some efforts at breaking it down. But then look at this. We have buying coming in 5 BTC, 6 BTC, 4 BTC. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of buying right now. This is kind of crazy. So could be some large players putting in some bids here, propping up price. Very interesting. So yeah, how far this is going to go down, not really sure. Taking a look at the weekly is still, we see that it this week is bearish, right? Um, we are negative on the week. We have this candle here that's um, right here. This is our current candle. We're red. We're barely breaking below the range here, and this is following this gravestone candlestick on the weekly that was when we were rejected from the attempted breakout to go higher. So still, we haven't even really flipped our trend, our Z-lag trend. So right now we're still in the very, very early stages of some kind of attempt to go lower. How far we're going to go, not really sure because it seems like this dip is getting purchased possibly by some larger players. And if that's the case, we know it may not go down as far as we think it will. Currently, the volatility, Kryptonian volatility mod is showing downside posture. Downside posture means lessening momentum. Currently, the reading is about 28 right now, 28. So, but it's decreasing. It's going down here. So that probably will reverse once we start breaking this range and getting uh, back down into the fibs. But until then, it's really not looking like it's doing much on the weekly either. The weekly move of expansion stopped right around here, and then ever since there, we've been in this downside um, downside loss of volatility, I would say, right? A reversal, downside reversal on the indicator. So very interesting times for Bitcoin, and the Nasdaq is getting a bit overextended and getting close to a reversal. And so we'll have to wait and see how the Nasdaq is going to affect Bitcoin. Currently, we do have RSI on the weekly is 59, which is strong. EMA bullish, DMA bullish, which is, this is expected, right? Just because we had a real big move and several big moves actually giving us a green cloud on the weekly, and we're above even the 5 on the weekly. So, that's incredibly strong right now, but we do see some signs of a deterioration in this area. So it may take some time to play out. We're in contraction, okay, and we saw that on the volatility mod indicator, which is really a really good indicator. Gives you an idea of what's happening and what to expect, that kind of thing. So when the reversal occurred and if you could expect more upside, whether it's in expansion, contraction. When it's in contraction, it's really not going to be making big breakout moves to the upside. It's just not. There's not enough volatility when the volatility is going down, right? You need volatility to be going up to have breaks in the ranges and push higher for new local highs. Daily pivot on the weekly 29,229, and that's been broken, and we have three supports still green. We're above the three supports, so uh, nothing really to see there. Volatility 28 on the weekly. Yeah. So that's it, friends. Not much really going on. We can see. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at basically some of the coins here. Aave. Aave's pretty much following Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not having a big breakdown. I mean, it's attempting the breakdown, but it's still, bulls and bears fighting out for the range, right? Fighting it out. And then here on Aave is following Bitcoin, holding on to that 200 moving average. Now, if Bitcoin breaks back up into the range, you can expect Aave to push back up again and create this sideways consolidation. So, Aave up 1.4% today. Aave still in the same situation. The volatility mod looks very similar to Bitcoin because Aave follows Bitcoin in its moves, right? So, that being said, Aave on the daily getting ready to have a golden cross. Golden cross means the 50 above the 200, and here you have the 50, which is right here at 68.74, and then we have the 200 at 71.60, and in between that we have the bottom of the range for the support for the range at 69.38. So this is really interesting. What you're going to see is we could have a strong impulse to the upside, right? And that would bring, let me get rid of this, my drawing skills are not that great. So uh, a push to the upside like so, stronger push to the upside would bring this 50 moving higher and crossing over the 200. And usually that is that's a golden cross, and so that's very bullish, right? And that's usually um, a sign or a signal that a lot of the investors, long-term investors, they look for that signal to enter into the market as a buy, right? So we could see things getting pretty interesting here for Aave, right? So Aave currently RSI 53, a little bit bullish, which is good. EMA trend is bullish. We're in a green cloud, so that is preserved. And the DMA is a little bit bearish only because we had this little dip here, and we can see that that DMA is giving us an S1 signal that's red to the downside, and not a big deal. Not a big deal. It's an early warning sign. That's all it is. It doesn't really mean that. It could mean that there's a bigger breakdown happening, but for a bigger breakdown, confirmation, you want the EMA trend to reverse and go to a bearish reading. We're in contraction, as I said, in reversal, as I said, daily pivot 73.01. We're above that, and currently 73.53 is the price of Ave, and everything's looking really good. Volatility 16, which is decent. It's a little bit just a hair above consolidation, close enough to call it consolidation. We can see that we have gone into a sideways posture. Um, Although we do have some higher highs here. Now remember, we do have a one drive, two drives, three drives to the upside. This is an Elliott five wave count. So, we could have also an attempt to the downside, like an A, B, C correction. If it's really strong, it'll probably do like A, B, C, and it'll hold that 200. That's really the moves that we're seeing recently in the market with some of these coins breaking above the 200 moving average, right? So there you go. That's it for Aave. I don't want to get too in the weeds here. I don't want to have a long video, but let's just take a look at a little few other coins here. Yeah, the market's pretty much flat to negative on some of the altcoins here, and mm, yeah, nothing really of significance here to see. XRP currently 77, showing a lot of strength here. Although we do have a trend reversal just turned red on our Z lag, and we can see that we did have on the daily, we had this really huge pump to the upside, having this separation from the 200, right? Moving average. Your range is, let's see where our range is. Yeah, okay, so range resistance, earlier resistance was 59 cents. This is now support because we broke above it. So your range right now is 59 cents to about 86 cents, 59 to 86 cents. And it looks like we're trying to go into a bull flag and maintain that and push higher. However, that being said, you can see now, I love this, right? Because, so for example, if you have a question, is this really going to break higher? Well, no, no, it's not. Not at the moment. Right now, we're seeing a change from blue to yellow, so the move is over. And that's what I love about this Cryptonian volatility mod is you see the move of expansion in the blue, and then right here we have a yellow color starting, and that's showing that's a reversal, right? And you can see up here we have reversal. We're in expansion, but we have a reversal, and that's usually that reversal is the apex of the of that expansion move. So right about here, let's see here, yeah. So this candle that we're on right now is the beginning of a reversal, and if we close red, then this will solidify the reversal, right? So I'm expecting downside pressure. Like I said, Z-lag trend has turned red as well, confirming that this trend is reversing, and so we could see some downside targets, right? So the first downside target is the bottom of this bounce here, which is at a fib. And these fibs are amazing. They really are amazing. You can see where price is reacting at these fib levels and finding support or resistance at those fib levels. 69 cents, 69.3 cents for XRP is the immediate support here, and that's only if it's going to come down and do this for consolidation. But we actually could see this come back down to the prior fib, which is 62.3, or even this retesting this breakout at 59.2. Okay, so there you have it, friends. I don't want to make the video too long. Thank you for watching. Please click like and subscribe. Would love to have you as a subscriber to the channel, and we're just getting started. So thank you. I appreciate your time. Take care.